If you're looking for a family-friendly getaway in the Palm Springs area, we are sharing a resort today that did not disappoint. So listen in for our recap of our stay at the Grand Hyatt Indian Wells. Hi, I'm Rhea.
And I'm Dwayne.
And we are your hosts of the Travel Party of Five podcast, where we share how we travel as a family of five around the world.
We will also share how we use points and miles to travel as affordably as possible and sometimes even completely free.
So if you're wanting to travel more with your family, but you're not sure how, we'd love for you to listen in.
So welcome to our podcast, where we hope you learn a thing or two to get you closer to your next trip.
Hello, friends.
Welcome back.
Hi.
Thanks for tuning in.
We are fresh off of a full week in California, and in full transparency, we returned home approximately 4 hours ago. Yeah.
And it is 9 p.m.
Yes. It's been a long day. 6-hour drive for Dwayne, not for me. I was co-piloting and doing all the things, placing the grocery order, like planning the meals,
Posting on
Instagram, all the things.
Yep.
Dealing with the kids. Mom. But we stayed in 2 amazing hotels over the last week. And one we've stayed in before, but the one we're going to talk about today was brand new to us. And so that is the Grand Hyatt Indian Wells. So we're going to share kind of all the details and all the fun stuff. So if this hotel has been on your radar, we
very, very much recommend it.
Yes, we had a really good time.
And if you're not familiar with Indian Wells, it's basically Palm Springs.
Well,
right
kind of. It's like 30 minutes from downtown Palm Springs.
It's right next door.
Well, I think if you want to be in the mix in downtown Palm Springs, this is not the property for you. But I think there is a Thompson. Let me check. Hold on. Yes, it is a Thompson. And the Thompson is smack dab downtown, according to the map. So I think if you're going for that kind of vibe, then stay at the Thompson. But if you have a family and
if you want to stay in the heart of Greater Palm Springs, then you choose Indian Wells.
Indian Wells is literally a separate town than Palm Springs.
Reading.
And there's also Palm Desert, which is right there.
It says nestled in the heart of Greater Palm Springs.
That's from the hotel website, and that's probably to make it appear as if it's closer to Palm Springs than it is. It's 30 minutes, guys. 30 minutes, okay? That's what I need you to know. Anyways, okay. This trip we planned almost a year ago. So I think in the fall of last year. And then a couple of months ago, my sister had texted and was like, what are you guys doing for the 4th of July? And I'm like, well, we're going to Palm Springs and then Oceanside, California. And she was like, well, can I tag along? And I'm like, sure. So, and my parents were also supposed to come, and they have a little RV not RV, but a camper van that my dad has fully renovated and put in a bed and a shower and a kitchen and all that. What kind of van is it?
He didn't renovate it. He built it from the ground up.
Well, yeah, okay, yes.
They bought a van, an empty van, and your dad built it.
Yes, that's true. Yes, he did.
And it's nice, AF.
It is nice, yes. It's perfect for the 2 of them. They tool around the country in it. They're currently in New York. They have driven that thing to New York and back multiple times. And they were supposed to come and camp kind of both in Palm Springs and in Oceanside. But that part didn't end up happening. But my sister did come. And so when I knew that she was coming, she was like, I'll, get another room or whatever. But I was like, that's going to be really expensive because she doesn't have the points that we have. She's 31. She doesn't have a ton of spend. And so she does have a Chase Sapphire preferred card, but that's her only credit card because she can't meet the minimum spend for most cards. So I knew we needed more room without getting another room because I wasn't going to give more points because we also don't have very many points, but for a different reason. And so I kind of gambled a little bit with the Palm Springs and kind of hoped for an upgrade, and I used a suite upgrade award for our stay in Oceanside, and we'll talk about that next week because we won't have time to do both today. But we ended up getting a suite at the Grand Hyatt, which was it was amazing.
Amazing. It was the penthouse suite.
Well, it was a penthouse suite.
A penthouse suite, but still, penthouse suite, top floor.
Yeah, so I get the feeling they have quite a few of these suites because...
They definitely did. That whole floor, I think.
Yeah, when we were on our very large balcony, there were quite a few other very large balconies. So I had been checking in the app like leading up to the day we checked in, and they have both what's called a penthouse suite and a champions suite, and both of those were showing availability. And so...
What's a champion suite look like?
Okay, let's talk about that one first. So the champion suite is actually bigger than the penthouse suite.
Whoa.
So it's 1,100 square feet, king bed, separate living space with a sleeper sofa, 2 full bathrooms, and dual private balconies with...
A full-size refrigerator.
Oh yeah, it does say that. Full-size fridge and microwave. Yeah, this is definitely a little bigger than what we had. Oh yeah, look, there's like a seating area. The suite, so that was one of the suites available, and then they also had a penthouse suite. So the penthouse suite is 875 square feet. Again, king bed, separate living and dining rooms. They had a half bath plus a full bath, so that's one of the big differences. And again, a huge balcony. And so that's the one that we got. It was plenty of space for 6 of us.
It was a beautiful, beautiful room.
We had a pool view, so we could see like the whole resort pool, the mountains. It was stunning. I was super impressed.
Was highly impressed.
We did request a rollaway for my sister, and she slept on that, and the kids slept on the pull-out sofa bed. And we obviously slept in the king bed. Yeah. It was incredible. I have a video of it on Instagram. I have a highlight that says Palm Springs Indian Wells. So if you want to see what the room looked like, you can go and check that out.
Yes. So this is top 3 rooms we've stayed in.
Yes.
One being the Oceanside, which we'll get into next week.
Yes.
This is number 2 on my list. And number 3 would be the room in Barcelona.
The Grand Hyatt Barcelona.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, because this one was really nice and had the view. And Grand Hyatt Barcelona, we didn't have we had a view, but it was like not a...
Yeah, it wasn't a very good view. But,
it was fine.
I mean, the room itself was... I mean, the bathroom was...
It was incredible. Yeah. So anyways, plenty of room. The room that I had booked was just a regular like king bed plus, sofa bed room. And we were upgraded because of my globalist status. I did email the hotel beforehand and let them know we were celebrating Dwayne's birthday. And so they did also have a little amenity kit in the room, a little chocolate cake, some champagne, and a little card, which was very nice.
Very nice.
And they did upgrade us, obviously. So that was also fantastic. Let's talk about... You want to talk about the food first?
Sure.
So we ate on property a few times.
Yes. We ate at the restaurant. Well, what was the restaurant called?
Carmocha, the dinner.
Carmocha. Yeah. We had dinner there twice.
Yes.
I thought the food was great.
It was pretty good, yes. The appetizers were excellent, and I thought some of the main entrees were okay, and some were really good.
Yes. Appetizers were
delicious.
Yes.
The ceviche, which I did not expect in the desert, the ceviche was very good.
Very good.
You are going to pay regular resort pricing. Full disclosure.
Yes.
It was expensive. But again, the food was good. The other restaurant they have for dinner is called Tia Carmen. That's like a fancy... So Carmocha is more like a bar kind of casual vibe. And Tia Carmen is more upscale, kind of fancy. We did not go there for dinner. Number one, we didn't want to spend the money. And number two, we
didn't have nice clothes.
We weren't really there for like a fancy vacation. So... but for breakfast, we did eat at Tia Carmen. So the breakfast is also served at Tia Carmen. They have a buffet. They really don't have a menu you can order off of. It's just the buffet.
Well, I think because they were offering the buffet, they didn't offer the
The menu.
The menu.
Oh, well.
Because when we checked in, the guy was like, no, I don't think they have a buffet. It's, a la carte. You don't remember that?
I guess kind of I do.
Which I thought was weird. Like, them not having a regular menu, even though they had the buffet, was kind of weird.
It was kind of weird, and the buffet was expensive, so it was $39 for adults. I don't remember the kid price, but so some hotels, obviously we have 6 people, so like, I wasn't expecting them to cover all of it, but I was maybe hoping. They were sticklers for the 2 adults, 2 kids being covered with my status and not a penny more, which is fine. Like, those are the rules and I get it. There was one day where they did not charge us for our 5-year-old's buffet, and there was the other 2 days they did. So whatever. They said,
I think the first day we had that really cool older gentleman's server.
Yeah.
That's why. He was probably like,
Or he was like, I don't know how old that kid is, so.
I think it was.
But it was under 4. So 4 and above you paid, and under 4. So 3 and below was free. She could pass for 4, but she definitely can't pass for 3. So we just paid it and whatever. And yeah, we paid for my sister's too because.
And the buffet was okay.
It was okay. It was not my favorite.
They didn't change it up. We ate it, 3 times?
Yes, it was the same exact thing every day.
Every time.
They have tres leches French toast, which sounds good, but was not that good. They had silver dollar pancakes.
Bacon, sausage.
Watery scrambled eggs.
Green chili pork.
They did, yes, that was very good.
Yes.
And then they also had birria.
Yeah.
But the green chili pork, it was very good, but it's not something I want to eat for breakfast.
Yeah. It's very, very heavy. It was really good. And, they have the cereal, and bagels, yogurt.
They do have a little, they have a Starbucks basically in the lobby as well that has grab and go items. So if you wanted to do more of a grab and go option versus the full buffet, that would be an option for you. We got Starbucks there every day.
Was it really Starbucks?
It was. They had all the Starbucks breakfast sandwiches. They had, the sizes were venti, grande, blah,
My
blah,
mocha
blah.
wasn't very good, but.
Yeah, I will say my cold brew lacked the deliciousness of our usual Starbucks, and our usual Starbucks isn't even that good. So, but anyways, that's an option if you just want grab and go. And then the other place we ate was the pool bar. So they have obviously regular pool bar, serves drinks, snacks, whatever. We had Uncrustables for the kids for 2 of our 3 lunches, but we did get them lunch from the pool one day to kind of break it up a little bit. It was fine. Your basic pool food, nothing fancy.
Expensive.
Yeah,
drinks are ridiculously expensive.
So we overspent on our trip to Lake Tahoe and Yosemite. We went over our budget. So we were really trying to come in below budget this time. And so we brought our own tequila and mixers. Why don't you tell them about the drink that we've been making? Because it's really quite good. And I don't like drinks that taste too alcohol-y. I don't like them very strong. This is very good.
Yeah, so it's just coconut tequila, grapefruit fresca, and a little splash of lime. And it's refreshing and tasty.
It's the perfect pool drink.
Perfect summer pool drink. Saves you a bunch of money. Drinks, you're paying $18 a drink. You know what I mean?
We paid $19 for the whole bottle of tequila.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
1,800 coconut tequila.
And we made probably 10 drinks, maybe?
I think more than 10.
Oh. Maybe.
Definitely more than 10. Because I had 2 or 3. Most days I had 1 to 2. There was one day I had 3. And you had at least 3.
Yes.
So we probably made a good 15 to 20 drinks, I would say.
But totally worth it to bring your own. Just don't get caught.
Yeah, we had a little cooler backpack that we brought in. No one said a word. And we just made sure to order, first of all, we used the same cups that they have there. Yeah. And then we made sure to order some food from the server throughout the day, to avoid suspicion.
Sometimes the servers, they get it. They understand the drinks are expensive, but they're also trying to make money. So, yes, if you order some food from them and...
One guy asked you if you needed ice.
Yeah, so...
He was like, do you need anything else? Do you need some ice?
Yeah. So,
He knew.
sometimes people are cool.
Yeah. Okay, a few things to note. So it is middle of summer, and this property's in the desert. So before we get into the rest of the amenities and stuff, this is very similar weather to what we experience in Phoenix during the summer. So 110, sometimes more, super dry, very, very hot days. So the hotel is like, this is off peak for this hotel. And when we talked to one of the restaurant servers, she mentioned that they were pretty busy this weekend or that week that we were there, and they were at about 50% occupancy. And for being summer and off season, that was fairly busy, I guess.
I mean, everyone goes there for the pool. The pool there it's fantastic.
Yeah. So before we talk about the pool, like, if you're planning a trip here, a better time might be like March, April, or May, or maybe like October. Starting like December, January are going to be the coldest months. I think people think that it's warm and I can go there, in December and it'll be sunny. The highs during the day might be like 70 in December, January, but the overnight temps are going to be in the 30s or 40s. It's a big difference. And that's going to be the temperature of the pool, is whatever the low is for the most part. I don't know if the pools are heated. So just keep that in mind if you're planning a trip. And if you are going to go in the summer, just electrolytes for sure for you and your kids. Drink a lot of water. And I would plan to spend most of your time at the pool. That's the only thing that makes the temperature bearable, I think.
Again, I mean, we talked about this earlier. I disagree. I would think that summertime is a great time for this hotel because, I mean, like I said, the amenities are great. Yeah,
they are great, but I just want people to be aware that if you're planning to go in the summer, I wouldn't go hiking. There are some things to do in Palm Springs. There's like the living desert, and there's some kind of tram you can take. We didn't do any of that because it's hot AF. So.
Yeah, I mean, we spent all day, every day.
At the pool. Yeah.
And I had not one problem.
No, not at all. But I'm just, like, if you're planning a trip there and you want to do other things, summer is probably not the time.
No. Well, I mean.
And, like, we only left the hotel once to go to dinner because it was so hot. So. Like, we ate at the hotel because we didn't want to leave because it was so hot. So, anyways, okay, let's talk about the pools. So, there is, like, a main pool. It's actually two pools that are...
I mean, there's sections. There's,
yes.
Like, the first section's for families. It consists of, like, three pools, a splash pad, a little water slide for toddlers. Not toddlers, but little kids. Plenty of seats.
Yep.
They also have a lazy river with two pretty good water slides.
The water slides don't go into the lazy river, but they're right above it.
No.
Yes.
And you can swim in the pool where the slides take you.
Yes. And the lazy river was the hit.
The lazy river was money.
We spent so much time just floating around in that.
Float around. I have my speaker.
Dwayne is one of those people that brings his own music wherever
I am. No shame.
Goes.
No shame.
And my sister is all about it.
Yep.
And
good music. You know what I mean? And they also have an adult pool. 18 and over. Oh my God. Yeah. Did you not? Yeah. It's 18 and over.
Where was that?
On the other side of the...
Oh, well, sorry. We couldn't go there, so I guess I blocked that out.
They have an 18 and over. Matter of fact, there's one review right there that says the Oasis adult pool had servers that kept the drinks coming.
Oh, yeah, It does say that. Yeah.
So, yeah, if you don't come here with kids, there's a pool for you where you don't have to listen to all the racket from all the freaking kids
and the
around.
splashing. The splashing. We're constantly trying to get our kids to be aware of who they're splashing. Other people, not so much.
Yeah, other people don't even care.
But we try. The lazy river was my favorite part of the pool. It's pretty fast moving. And yeah, it was just like in the morning, I was literally on a tube with my coffee, like my iced coffee. And then later in the day, a little coconut tequila drink. It was great. Super relaxing. It was a super, super fun time.
Again, we didn't leave the pool. First of all, I would go down at like 7:30, reserve some seats.
Yes.
And then we go to breakfast. Then we go to the pool. And then we were there until at least 4 p.m.
Yeah.
every day.
And I mean, something to note about our kids is they can go pretty hard. Like other people will be like, oh, like little Johnny swam for 2 hours and he's going to sleep so good. Not our kids. No. They can go for 8 hours, sometimes more. And they will still be up until 9 or 10 p.m. if we let them.
Yeah.
So, like, and our kids are used to this heat also. So I think something to note, if you're not used to the heat, you'd probably want to take a break in the middle of the day. Also, one of our kids was not feeling actually, she was feeling fine, but she had a little fever. And so I was giving her medicine and trying to let her not.
Still a trooper. And
oh, yeah. I was like, do you want to go back to the room and lay down? Nope. So I just gave her some ibuprofen and made sure she didn't have a fever. And she was literally fine by the next day. So it's just a weird little bug, I guess. But.
Yep. So a tip from me. So the lazy river and the slides don't open up till 10. The regular pool opens up at 7. So again, what we did was reserved some seats by the main pool at like 7:30. Went and got breakfast. Got back to the pool around, 9:30. And then waited in line for them to open up the lazy river and the water slides and then reserve some seats in that little area. So we basically had 2 sections of seats reserved.
Yes.
Which was key.
It was really helpful because our kids kept bouncing back and forth between all the different areas. And our 2 boys, I don't worry so much about if I don't see them every second, as long as I can lay eyes on them like every 15, 20 minutes. Like they're pretty strong swimmers and I feel okay about it. But our daughter this is her first summer where she's like fully swimming. And so it was like wherever she wanted to be, one of us had to be. So it was nice to be able to have a spot kind of in both areas to go back and forth between. And like the hotel there was a good amount of people there, but it wasn't so busy that there were no chairs. So that worked out really well.
Well, there's a couple of days there were no chairs in the lazy river area.
Oh, really?
Because people, that's the spot to be.
Yeah, I guess. Well, also we only had a couple chairs. And there's 6 of us, so yeah. I think in total we had 6 chairs saved, just in 2 different areas.
Yes.
So, but yes, that is I think a good tip if you're going to go, because you can't see the lazy river from the other pool and vice versa.
No, you cannot. And wear shoes because it's hot.
Oh my God, the floor
was
why
hot.
They put this floor, whatever, tile or whatever it is, in concrete, the desert. Like, I will never understand. It is 2025, and I feel like we have the technology
should burn your
where it cannot be so hot. But like, you had to wear your shoes because you couldn't walk on it. It was not good. I will say the water slides here were really fun.
Yeah, they were legit. Yeah.
We all went down them multiple times. They were not too crazy to where you don't want to go down it again, but they were fun enough to where it was like, woo. Even I went down it like 5 times. Yeah. And normally, like, I'll try it, but then I'm usually like, nah. So
Did
it was
you
fun.
go down the slide at the Grand?
Absolutely not. No. Those were like, no. Like, I probably would have died. I would have had like some kind of water burn. Those were way too crazy for me.
Anywho.
These were fun.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. We ventured out of the hotel one night for dinner. The concierge recommended this shopping area called El Paseo, right?
Yeah.
And he was like, yeah, they have all kinds of food there, like Italian, Mexican, like whatever you want. So we go there and we're driving around, and it's the kind of place where you got to park and get out and kind of walk through it all.
Yeah, it was like a outside mall.
Yeah, but again, it's 110 degrees, so we were like, We were looking stuff up on our phones, and all the restaurants were like $3 to $4 signs on Google and Yelp. So expensive. And again, we were trying to leave the hotel to save money, not to spend as much money as we could have spent at the hotel. So we eventually decided on this Peruvian restaurant. What was the name of it?
Mi Cultura.
It was really, really good. Super low key, but it had like 4.5 plus stars on Google and Yelp, and it was delicious.
And driving there, it was like a ghost town.
There was not a single person
We
in
didn't
sight.
see a single person driving.
Like, we were literally like, what is happening?
But when we get to this restaurant, there was, not a lot of people, but there was like 8 people in this restaurant, which, that's 8 more people than we saw on the whole drive. And I thought, well, this is the place to be. Sure enough, we sat down, and more people started showing up. So
It was very good.
We knew we picked the right spot.
Yeah.
And the food was really good.
Would absolutely recommend.
Yes. Empanadas were great. I had the pork belly, which was fire. Or as the kids would say, slaps.
Gas.
Yes.
I had the lomo saltado, which is like steak, basically, and fries and rice, and our kids all had that too, and it was very good.
Oh, and the plantains were a hit.
Oh, sweet plantains.
No.
Can't go wrong with those.
Yeah, definitely recommend that spot.
Yeah, it was really good. What else? Gosh.
I mean, really, we just stay at the hotel the whole time.
Which I feel like that qualifies us to give this review, right? Like, we fully enjoyed all the activities the hotel had available. Oh, they also had they had a little calendar of events of what was going on. And one of the things that they have on there is they do water slide races, and it's at different times throughout the day. But basically, whatever the time is, you go up and you race someone down, because there's 2 slides.
So I thought it was going to be like racing, where okay, you won this one, you're going to go up against, this guy next. But no, it's just one race against whoever you want, which in my case was my kid. And I won, thinking that I was going to,
move on
up. But no. They're like, oh, you won? Okay, take this to the, the little...
They give you a little paper and you take it to the towel bar and you get your little prize. And the kids were like, these prizes are cheap. And I'm like, what did you expect? Of course they're cheap.
Yes. So.
But they had other, fun little things, too. I think there was a kid's craft, and it was different every day.
Yeah, there was a movie night we didn't make.
Yes, movie night.
Yep. So. And then for some reason, the pool was open till 10 on Thursday. So every night the lazy river and the water slides, that little section of the pool, closed at 7 every day. Except for Thursday. It was open till 10. Maybe that was a movie night.
That was the glow party.
Well, it said every Thursday.
Oh, every Thursday.
I mean, it just said Thursday open till 10.
Oh, well, they must
so
not do some kind of event there every time then. Okay, let's talk about quickly how we booked this. So this is currently a Category 6 hotel. When I booked it, it was a Category 5. So in March, every March, Hyatt does award category changes for some of their properties. And this went from a 5 to a 6. Not really a surprise, because this used to be the Hyatt Regency Indian Wells, and they recently underwent a pretty big remodel. And now it has rebranded as the Grand Hyatt Indian Wells.
And I mean, the hotel was beautiful.
It was beautiful.
The
yes.
grounds, the actual,
the lobby.
Yeah, everything was really, really nice.
Yeah. And so now it's a Category 6. So we paid 17,000 points a night when we booked it, and we stayed 3 nights. But again, it is now a Category 6. So that puts it at, what is that, 21 to 25? 21 to 29,000 points a night now. If you want to go in the summer, that's definitely going to be off peak. So you could stay 2 or 3 nights for around 63,000 points. And I think that is worth it. So again, we got upgraded to a suite because of my globalist status. If you don't have globalist status and you want to try to get an upgrade, you basically have 2 options the way that I see it. Number one is there are Facebook groups where people gift Hyatt awards, and you can go in there and maybe try to trade something you have, like a club access award or something, for a suite upgrade award. Just depends what other people are looking for as to kind of what kind of trade they'll take. Or they also sell like guest of honor and suite upgrade awards on eBay. I've never bought one personally, and I think there's maybe a little bit of risk involved in it, but I would buy one.
I had no idea who sells them on eBay. Just
Like
people?
like other globalists who like aren't going to be able to use it, so they'll just try to get some money out of it. So again, I've never done that, and proceed with caution, but I am not opposed to doing that if it made sense.
I mean, how many points was the suite we had?
I think you can book a suite for 40,000 points a night currently. Let me see. I'll tell you right now.
Which is a lot more than...
It is a lot more, yeah. I mean, I guess so I guess really you have three options if you want the suite. One, book it with points. Two, try to trade for a suite upgrade award and apply it. Or three, buy one on eBay.
Oh, 36,000.
Oh yeah. Well, okay. Yes. Off peak. So 36 to 40,000 ish points.
Yeah. So I mean, if you have some points you're trying to blow off.
Yeah. If you were going to fly in, you would fly into Palm Springs. My sister actually flew from Florida into the Palm Springs airport, and we picked her up in downtown Palm Springs. So that's like the closest airport. Palm Springs it was about a 4-hour drive from Phoenix. So if you are planning to do the drive, just keep in mind it's about 4 hours from Phoenix, and it was about 2-ish hours from like San Diego Oceanside area, Carlsbad. What else? Anything else about the property?
I think we covered pretty much everything.
Yeah. Again, if you want to kind of see any of the stuff that we're talking about, I have a whole highlight on Instagram. You can go and check it out at Travel Party of 5. If you have questions, send me a DM. I answer every single one. And if you ever get any value out of our podcast, please leave us a rating or review wherever you listen, because we would greatly appreciate it as we record this at 9:30 p.m. now.
Yes. We appreciate you.
Thank you.
Thank you for listening
so much. And we will catch you next week next week. I just am so excited to tell you that I had like my first real pinch me moment in Points and Miles, because we got this incredible suite upgrade at the hotel in Oceanside that I like was in awe. I'm still in awe thinking about it. It was incredible, and I cannot wait to tell you about it next week. So make sure you listen into that one.
Yes. Have a good one.
Okay. Bye.